Hello, my friends. This is another video. You couldn't keep me away. It's me. I'm back, and I wanted to have a look at the new picture we got for the second release of the showroom. Now, remember, this is something that just came out over at the Solana Games Day. This video will probably be released between the Games Day and the official Michael Wagner speech later on in Solana Breakpoint. But we did get this picture leaked, and I wanted to actually compare the second release of the showroom, which is what this picture is, to what we have currently in the showroom. So this is the second release of the showroom. You can see there's a whole bunch of other stuff. And then I went inside the showroom and I went to see if I could find the shot that this was taken in, whereabouts it might be, and make some connections to see what has changed in the new showroom. You know, what's there, what isn't there, all of this extra stuff, right? So I don't know where I'm gonna start. We can start with the HUD and everything, but we'll get there, don't worry. I'll try and make this very short, maybe around 10 minutes. But obviously someone has loaded up this giant ship in the background, which I can't afford. And there's also a giant ship on the bottom, on the top left-hand side here. But let's have a look at this. Of course, you guys know this ship. It is the Ogrica Thripid. It is a, more than $10,000 ship. We have actually not seen much of the Thripid once in the gray box where we were teleporting to it. But this seems to be how it's actually been textured. It's really dark. I thought it was really dark golden, to be honest. You can see there's like different shade. This is like a gloss gray brown, dark gray brown. This is like a matte black kind of thing, and then there's lights coming off it, and then there's pure metal here. So that's it. It's interesting to see, but not the point of the video anyway. And then you can see there's this one though. This ship is still in gray box. It hasn't been colored yet. So while we're in this corner, let's see, and I try and see the comparison, right? This picture and that picture, it's the same location. I feel I have the right location because you can see the statue right in the corner with the tilt of the building going to the left. Statue on this corner, tilt going to the left. We have the doors directly in front of us, and two holes for the bushes. And let's even zoom in on the bushes to see if they are the same. Let's zoom in here so you can see. So that's the bush right there with a tree on the bottom and like a walking on the left. And let's zoom in on here. We can see there's a tree on the bottom right there and the walking on the top here. So I'm fairly confident I have the same view, right? And I'm sorry, I'm going to be zooming in and out all the time just simply because it's hard to see. So let's go back over here, shall we? Let's go back over here. We can see there's a whole bunch. The actual landscape looks different, right? Let's look in front of the sliding doors, which is over here. You see that the ones we have now, there is a giant small runway here, with some patches of grass in the middle here. Let's go back to here. You can see the runway is still there. The runway has been improved, but the patches of grass have actually disappeared, right? The patches of grass have disappeared, and they've also worked around the linings of the runway as well as the markings on the tarmac. You can see here, this is 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3, and you can see there's lots of different new markings on here. It gets a bit similar, but there's like dots around everywhere now. You can see the dots. It is possibly because you are in flight mode, so the dots come up somehow, but you can see they are slightly different. Another thing on the landscape on the bottom hand you can see is that we don't see anything actually on the ground. All there are is some little lights here for the ships, especially when it gets dark, and then you have the little terminals. The little terminals to go, this terminal, right? The little terminal to go and see like your ships and teleport somewhere else. In this one, I don't know if I can actually see the terminals very easily here. I don't see them. I know, can you guys see them at all? I don't. I wonder if it's actually, if the terminals have been moved to the other side. There is maybe one on this side, but you can see they've been replaced with a whole bunch of stuff. This is like ammo or like some kind of just a generic sci-fi looking cargo that's just littered across the whole space. And you can see here, even here, the one that's here isn't there. The terminal isn't there. So I wonder where the terminals are. One thing could be is this is a showroom where the second release of the showroom doesn't have the terminals built in yet, because they just load up the ships easily and just place it on there, whereas you don't have to summon them. You know what I mean? So that's the landscape, right? That's there. And like even the backside, we can't tell too much from there. Let's look at the ships that are here, shall we? Before we get to the main HUD. So the first thing is you can see the Floyd liner. This is the first time we've seen the Floyd liner being colored. I didn't know it was green. But you can see this is by Danny Floyd. For Danny Floyd, he's one of the game staff members. And you can see here, it is not a bad looking ship. everyone has access to the Floyd liner, right? Let's look at the Ogrica Medtech. This is the Medtech itself here. It's not a bad ship in itself. It is a kind of a medic ship. It is pretty nice, a bit smaller. And what everyone is really excited about is this ship right here. I'm sure you guys know what this ship is. This is the Packlight. And look at it in all of its glory. This is a BIOS Packlight. Bring your own ship Packlight. So this is one of the earlier ships that actually went on sale in Star Atlas, where a lot of people were thinking about how they're going to play, their gameplay style. And what really stood out for the Packlight was that it had a really large carrying capacity, right? You can see here, these are the different how should I say, cargo that you can put in, and you can just see the aesthetics of it. It just looks really, really good. It's like the Fimble line and the BIOS line is like really grungy, really like minorish, really like scrappy, very scrappy people. Of course, they're the mud people, very scrappy. So that's the ship there. That's pretty cool. And we'll just go over to mine. You can see that I have a little Calico evac, and as well as an ohm and my little chi over here. And you guys, I will be starting my ARC fund later. So I'm going to work towards getting an ARC, and I can replace this Calico evac with an ARC. And then I'm going to have a rainbow line. A rainbow line, guys. It's going to be so good. Okay, let's move on. Now, what else can we actually look in the entire space here? There's nothing much outside, apart from the HUD itself. There are things we can identify here. Let's take away the character itself. You know, the character we've seen go on and off the bike, so no difference there. Let's have a look at the bike. You know, what you can change the different perspectives, and I did this in the last video, where you can go first person, second person, and like third person, that sort of thing. Let's have a look at the HUD, shall we? Let's zoom in here. So, of course, this is just a demo, and we know that the PSX4 has laser repeaters, 4 of them, or 4 weapon hardpoints, I believe it is, and then also has a missile hardpoint, and this time it seems like it can take up to 6 missiles. So this is, you know, how we get to see what they're going to fire, like laser or something else, or like kinetic bullets. We don't know, right? This is laser repeaters, and then of course you have 6 missile that you can shoot. Let's have a look at this very important HUD, right? This is a very important HUD. So on the left-hand side here is going to be the acceleration. Of course, you have the too high acceleration, and then you have a temperature gauge. I don't know what role temperature takes into this, right? Because when you go into space, your ship is going to be cold as hell, right? So I don't know if you get hit lots of times, then your temperature will build up, or if you're braking too high, or if you're in the red zone, the acceleration red zone too much, then your temperature will go up, and this will affect the operations of the ship, right? We don't know. All right, so that's that. That's the left and that's the right. In the middle here, we have a button, a battery. We don't know what this battery is for. Why do we need a battery? I do not understand. I'm sure these ships run on fuel and not a battery. It might be how much fuel you'll have left, but then again, yeah, little miscommunication there. Not sure. Okay. There is what I think to be the fuel tank itself, which is E, empty, and F, full. So I don't know if this battery indicates that this is the fuel gauge. In that case, it's really weird that is a battery. We all know the universal sign for fuel. Everyone knows that. Let's go over to the bottom hand side here. So there are a few things I picked up here that I wanted to discuss. The first thing is a shield, right? A shield, and we have shield at 100%. Hopefully your shield does recharge every time. And so, you know, if you get hit, there's like a 5-second cooldown, then it goes back up and regenerates itself. Now, I think this is the universal caution sign. So if, you know, your shield is totally down, then that caution sign starts flashing, and then when you get hit, it actually gets hit to your hull, which is 100% still at the moment. Now, this one, I'm not entirely sure what this icon is, but this seems to be like the repair sign. So I'm guessing if this repair sign starts flashing red, it means go and get your hull fixed. One thing I wanted to really, I don't have anything else here. If you guys notice anything else, let me know. One other thing I wanted to brush by you guys here was this little thing. Was this little awesome thing. So you can see here, hopefully you guys can see Pepe. Thank you very much. Make sure you like and subscribe, everyone. Pepe really, really needs your help right now in the bear market. I'm trying to reach 9,000 subscribers. I can't get over 8.5K. I don't know what to do. I gotta make more videos, I guess. Or maybe keep my Star Atlas videos, but I gotta make better other videos. Maybe in crypto, something in nursing. I don't know. Okay. So, this, I think, is how you can configure a lot of your ships, right? When you have your ships, it's probably out of 100. You have lots of different points as to how you can configure them. Just like the X5 has like 4 different modes. It has the speed, the racer mode, it has the attack mode, the defense mode, and then like the general mode, right? This is how I think some ships are going to be. You'll have general points, 100. So you have 33, 33, 33 in each of these corners. And these corners are shielding, which is the shield icon. You have the missile, 33. And then you have this fan for speed, which is what I assume is speed. So we can assume that this ship has been equally distributed, the 100 points, equally into all of these these corners of the triangle, into shields, attack, and also speed, right? That's what I think. That's what I think at the moment. We do have this little bar at the bottom here. It's not clear what this bar is. It's probably telling us the actual amount of units you might have to work with. In this case, a PSX4 has a unit of 10. So this is a 33%, 33%, and 33%, not 33 units. You might have 10 units here if you have a much larger ship, a Calico Hero, whatever other ship, huge Ohm ship, Arc ship. You might have 20, 40, 50, 60, 70. And then you're able to change these percentages as you see fit. If you want to go really fast, you move this little cursor from the middle into the bottom right hand side where you get really, really fast. But you'd have less shields and you also have less guns, less not ammunition, but less firepower. If you can go between, you're very defensive, you're in a retreating mode, you will take this and you will put it right here. Okay, if you want to really retreat, then you're going to put it right there. If you want to retreat but still save some hull strength or not have to repair so much, you might have to put it in the top right or the corner here, because it gives you half the shields and half the speed as well. Let's say if you're going straight into attack, you will put it all the way in here. You guys understand how this works. It's like the triangle. What do you call it? The multi-class triangle. You have DPS, you have tank, and then you have healing. This is what this is. There's always a trade-off. You can't be perfect in everything. Okay, so if you want to be fully DPS glass tank, then you're going to be in here. If you're going to be like an Ohm or an Arc with super high defensive stats, you will probably be here. I think I have it. I think I understand it. Do you guys agree? I think this is how it actually is, right? I haven't heard anything about this. I'm just kind of going off the information we have here. And this is actually pretty basic for gaming. I see this kind of triangle all the time in games, and I don't think it's anything revolutionary at the moment, but that's what I'm making out to be. Okay, so let's zoom out here. And one more thing I do want to notice here, there is water on the tarmac. Look at this. There is water on the tarmac. Over here, we don't see anything of the sort. I just took this picture right now in the showroom. We don't see anything else here. It is very basic. That's what it was. It's just a showroom, right? It was just to start with. Let's have a look as well. They did change a few things here. You can see this little banner. They took away the banner. This Visa's OPOD banner. I quite like that banner, actually. I haven't interacted with it a lot, but you can see that banner isn't there anymore. It's not there anymore. There's like 4 trees there. There are no more trees. Oh, there's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe that's what we see there. 1, 2, 3, 4. But the banner is actually gone, right? The banner is not there anymore. I really wonder what if this is like the actual second release of the showroom picture. And guys, I'm not in the foundation room itself. I'm only in the foundation room chat. I know Chipto has talked and revealed some extra stuff. Try not to reveal that too much, okay? I'm not in there. I don't know what is being said, but apparently there's some some really good stuff in there that you guys know. I don't know. I don't use Nitro, so I don't get access to that chat. I really want to, but it's another expense. It's, opportunity cost, buy more Polis or get access to the chat. I already know the game's going to come out later on, so might as well buy more Polis or Atlas or buy another ship, Yeah, so I'll end it there. It's been 15 minutes so far, and I just wanted to do a comparison between the R2 showroom and then the showroom that we have now with my crappy little ships inside there. And over here, there will one day be a Rainbow Arc. I'm going to leave it there. Ciao.